My name's Commodore Kirkwood. I'm the Naval Regional Commander for Wales, Western England and the Channel Islands, so I represent the Royal Navy in Wales.
Well, this is good actually, because I don't know whether you've been to any of these awards before, but you kind of... The Royal Navy gets a lesser cheer than the Army, so we need to because I'm Navy. My family's all Navy. Yes. So we need to have a big cheer for the Navy tonight.
We can cheer together.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
well, look, welcome to the 6th year of the Welsh Veteran Awards. How excited are you to be here?
Yeah, really excited. I think it's incredibly important that we celebrate the achievements of all of our veterans. For me, it's about not just the current generation of veterans, but it's also acknowledging their past military service, which is incredibly valuable to us, but also for the future, for our currently serving soldiers, sailors and airmen who can be inspired by the great successes that this current crop of veterans has achieved having left military service.
Yeah, the one thing when we're talking to all the other sponsors who are from these brilliant businesses that are supporting us, they always say that when they have a veteran come in, they're like a different breed. And they welcome that, obviously, other than a civilian. It's what you guys do with these men that bring them out to be, men and women, that bring them out to be, as I say, different gravy.
Well, I think we have a brilliant offer for people in the military. We can take somebody with a degree, or we can take somebody with no qualifications at all at a young age, and whatever their enthusiasm is, we can teach them and train them and give them the qualifications they need to be successful in the military, in the Navy, and then of course that sets them up really well with not just professional qualifications, but with those skills that the military gives you, the discipline, commitment, and the leadership skills that hopefully they can translate really, really well into civilian life.
Yeah, and as you said, it's also inspiring for, I suppose, some of the personnel here tonight who are still in the armed forces. Do you ever sort of think to the future yourself and you think, do you know what, I'm very lucky that there is a brilliant community out there waiting for me, so to speak, whenever you do decide to hang up your medals?
Yeah, I think that's again one of the strengths of the veterans community, and we're very lucky to have a community like this. Many other organisations just don't, and so there's this huge well of resource for us to tap into when we do leave, because of course for a lot of people the prospect, especially if they've served for a long time, the prospect of leaving the institution of the military and striking out into civilian life is pretty daunting.
Yeah. Okay, well look, we'll leave it there because I know the awards are going to start very soon. So when I say Royal Navy, big cheer, okay?
No problem at all. And from you too, please.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm Air Commodore Rob Woods, Air Officer Wales, so I represent the Royal Air Force all across Wales.
Boo! No, I didn't. No, we love all the armed forces, but like I was talking to the Commodore earlier on, I said, us Navy have to stick together. Sorry.
Well,
and I also feel like you are the. This sounds so bad. I was going to say you get the least amount of cheer because obviously you guys are a bit of a rarity, the smallest one. Is that fair to say? Well, I feel I'm giving you a bad rep now. Sorry,
Polly. The Royal Navy is the senior service, but it's pretty hard to get a warship down the Mall and over Buckingham Palace at 500 feet.
Okay, you got me.
That is where the Royal Air Force excel time and time again.
Yeah,
so,
touche.
We have our own place, I think.
You do, and it is great to see you here. I know you come on at the very beginning, don't you? And you do a little speech. Why is it, without telling us what's in your speech, but I'm assuming you're going to be saying how important it is to be here and how very important it is to be supporting the veterans community.
Yeah, well, I think once you're part of the armed forces community, you never really leave, and veterans are still very much part of the armed forces family, and they have that mindset which, whatever they're doing when they actually leave regular service, whether it's to go on to be a reserve, whether it's to go on and set up their own company, runs through everything that they do. And a lot of them are doing things for other members of the armed forces, veterans for veterans. And I think so many of the organisations here and the work that they do needs to be celebrated. We need to put it out there and shout about it. So I absolutely love coming here and doing that.
Well, what is it that makes the veteran community in Wales in particular just so special, so close-knit almost, that everyone has each other's backs?
Well, the last 12 months, if I didn't need reminding of what you've just said, has really been there for me to see. I've been all over Wales in the last 12 months since coming back into this role as Air Officer Wales, and wherever I look, I see veterans out in the community doing fantastic work. Just a few days ago, I was up with Valley Veterans, and there were hundreds of people there helping one another. There was an inspirational ex-Marine that was there who recently won a gold medal at the Invictus Games, and he just stood up, and there were a few tears in eyes when he was stood there speaking. He was truly inspirational, because no matter what what's happened to them, what they're doing now, they want to carry on helping their friends. So it's everywhere. It's all the way across Wales. And I think Wales, I've seen it more passionately, more diligently, more consistently than any other part of the UK, if I'm honest.
For sure. And look, you say about, how inspirational that story was. It's such an inspirational night here. This is in its 6th year now, the Welsh Veteran Awards. What are you most looking forward to? Because there's always a bit at the end, isn't there? Everyone gets on their feet. So they're sort of like the Veteran of the Year. I think that's my favourite bit. What's your favourite bit of the night? Yeah,
I agree with you. The Veteran of the Year, that standout person. And often it's somebody who, has not necessarily been in the limelight. So last year it was Auntie Roma who got that Veteran of the Year award, and she is just incredible. She is unique, part of the Windrush family, and I've met her at almost every event I've been to in South Wales over the last 12 months. I don't know how she does it.
She's a celebrity now.
She is a celebrity. She gets everywhere, and she's always helping other people. She's always serving other people before herself. So I'm really, I can't wait to see who gets that award this year, because I'm sure they'll be of the same type of character.
Oh, we love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I will give the Royal Air Force a little cheer.
Big cheer.
Just a little one. So, whoop. Thank you so much. Joined with another sponsor for tonight, our 6th year here at the Welsh Veteran Awards. Can you introduce yourself to the camera and also where you're from?
Yes, certainly. So I'm Clive Hamilton, the MD and CEO of Pinnacle Group, and we're big supporters of the Veterans Awards.
Yeah, what does Pinnacle Group do then?
So we're a technology-based company, looking after office automation, workflow, print, computers, IT services, cloud migration, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, look, I know you've been here since the very beginning. 2019 you've been supporting, and we're so glad that you are coming back year after year. But what does make you come back year after year?
I think it's the same answer as I always give, to be honest. But it really is about the quality of the military leavers coming into the communities that we're in and working in businesses and adding real value. And I think that's one of the things that I keep coming back for. Because as a veteran myself, I'm now running a business both in England and Wales. I'm both gold award winners in the employment recognition scheme. I think it's important to be able to offer not only leavers but also the reservists that are settling into career life.
Yeah, how important over the last 6 years have you seen what a difference the awards have made within the community?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's because we're involved in it or whether it's because we are seeing a difference, but there seems to be an awful lot more of veterans now working in business and adding that value to the companies. And everywhere I look now, there seems to be a veteran in every company. Or better, they're starting their own businesses up and being really successful at that, and really combining the two communities, the military and the civilian communities together. Yeah.
What's your favourite award then? This season, what one have you sponsored?
So I've sponsored the Entrepreneur of the Year, so I've got to say that's the favourite.
Okay, that's the favourite one,
But I do like the overall one.
We were just talking about it, the Champion Veteran of the Year. No, we love that one, and everyone gets on their feet and they have a big cheer and everyone's sobbing. It's just so inspirational, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great evening. We sponsor the English ones as well. Haven't got to Scotland just yet, but I think Sean and Rhea do an amazing job, and bringing this all together and bringing us all together in terms of, finding out where we're all working, what we're all doing, and what we're all achieving in life, which is great.
And just quickly, again, talking about how it's been around for 6 years, talk to us about what you can remember about that first one, and now here we are at the Vale Hotel.
Yeah, so the first one was in Swansea.
Yes, it was. I remember that one.
Yeah.
It
Quite
was in a small room, wasn't it? Yeah.
Back room.
Very hot. Back
Very
room.
hot, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was one of the finalists at the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of put me on the journey with Sean and Rhea to do this, because it was such a great night. It was quite a small, but every year it's grown and grown and grown. And the positivity and the vibe is fantastic. Why wouldn't you be involved?
Totally, we love that. Thank you so much for joining us again for the 6th year, and we hope you're here for another 6 years again.
Absolutely, yeah, lovely. Thank
Enjoy
you.
tonight.
Take care. Thank you.